knew it wouldn't take long. Liverpool versus everybody. I knew it wouldn't take long for folks within the fan base to start hating on Fekir and finding negatives to throw out there. Apparently, he's not a team player because he doesn't necessarily celebrate in a way that I guess these particular fans see fit. Particularly, there was a guy on the Liverpool Room podcast who says Fekir is not a team player. Um, is that going to be a problem for us? Listen, the scouting team would have been able to look at all of that, and they wouldn't bring a player. Klopp wouldn't bring a player to this team if he didn't think he was a team player. It amazes me that because a guy is sure he's very cocky, or maybe sure of himself, um, but doesn't mean he's not a team player because he doesn't celebrate in the way that you see fit. So, please ignore all these things that try to deter you away. I think people who are saying that are probably people who care as far as players to bring in this summer. But listen, I'm behind it. I think his kind of brash, kind of very confident kind of air about him is a good thing, and we need some players like that in this team. So Mark says, I'm not celebrating that Sky have not confirmed it to you. Fair play. Listen, I think we're all waiting for that. It's being pushed a little bit more. But yeah, just wanted to come back with that. Got some news of how good he was actually, and how he's been. It wasn't just like a one season thing for Fekir. He's been really good and is easily top 5, 6 players in the French league right now. So, there's no mistake about the quality that he has and how good he can be for our team and how good he can be as a player to come in. Even Firmino, when Firmino goes down, and the physical presence he has, not as tall as Firmino, of course, but physical, can press the ball. So really, really good. And just collectively, what they bring to midfield as opposed to what we've had is just amazing. I think he's far better than Coutinho. That's me. I know there's a lot of Coutinho people who really love Coutinho and really rate him, and that's fine. But this guy for me is just as good, if not better, from set pieces. He's more physical. They're about the same as far as pace. He is a guy that scores a lot of his goals from like kind of striker goals, if you will, in the box. Luca says, I'm wondering if all these signings mean Millie and Hendo and Chamber will get dropped. Well, to me, that's not something we have to worry about, Luca. I think, if anything, the whole idea of it is you bring in new players, and the players you had the prior season are more of rotation, substitutions. You got to have depth in your team. So it's not a bad thing. It's not something we have to think about. Chambo is not really coming back until later in the season anyway. Milner is getting older. He's not getting any younger. He can still do a job, but that's more of a role player. Hendo, we'll see. I don't really see him being a really, really big part of our team if we want to win trophies. That's not being harsh. It's just the truth. I think Hendo's a decent player for us and has been a good servant and can do the balls or can play the role fine. But I think the whole idea is to get upgrades, and I think that's what we got. I agree Milner should not be in the starting 11. The only way he should be in the starting 11 is a season that we just had recently where we get injuries, where he's kind of played out of his skin, and as rotation. But as a key-on starter from game one, yeah, we definitely need better. And again, people will think that we're being harsh for saying things like that. It's not. This is Liverpool Football Club. We need top players in certain positions in order to compete, and that's just the facts. Henderson and Milner are not players in the midfield that you can look at and say, okay, this guy can help win us trophies. And I'm not saying that because we didn't win a trophy this year. I'm saying that because it's just true. I've said it before. Everybody's entitled to opinions, but facts you're not entitled to, and that is a fact. Those two guys are not guys who you can look into the season and say, oh, they'll lead us to champions, to trophies or titles. So, no, it's good. We're moving forward, and I wouldn't worry too much about who's going to play and who's not. That's for the team, the manager, the coaches, the staff to deal with. And I'm sure by the time the season starts, we'll have that secured, and we'll know who will be playing week to week. So, it's about depth though. It's about depth, and even bringing in a Shaqiri or even another winger is all good because it's all about depth. Look at City. You think they're worried about who's going to play or who's not going to play? No, they got enough players on the bench. They got guys that are equal, if not better, in some cases. Arguably, you can say Jesus is a bit better than him. So it's not a time to be worried about, who's going to sit. It's not fair for him. It's not fair for Milner. If those guys want to win championships, they'll get in line, play their role, whatever role that is. And I'm sure they'll both play important roles. I just don't see them as being starters in that midfield. Who will it be? I don't know. I'm willing to bet it'll be Fabinho and Keita, though. I tell you that. So Just coming back because, again, and this is always going to be the case. Not everyone's going to love it, and I'm not expecting anyone to. I think different opinions is fine. At the same token, to start some kind of thing that Fekir is not a team player based on his lack of celebration. I mean, I believe he was captain, at least at some point. You don't become captain if you're not a team player. That's so. Anyway, I'll be back later, guys. There's more news, and let's hope that Fekir is finalized, signed, sealed, and delivered before the night is up. Until next time.